Msgr Onoyima talks about Bishop Okobo.
Bishop Francis Okobo. When you remember, there's something I call topographical psychology. It does not matter how some people begin to contest this. Topos means place. Grapho, to write. Topography means a description of a place. And I call it topographical psychology. Because when he wants to talk of a person, think of where he comes from. And he comes from Legia. I wrote it in one of those magazines published by St. John that Bishop Okobo is a rugged man from a rugged town in a rugged diocese, and you don't expect it to be otherwise. Because if you go to his town, you see many towns hemming them in. Many towns surrounding them. So they are often, as it were, trying to eke out existence and trying to survive. So nobody should be surprised at the type of mentality he has. And the very fact that often, I told them when I was giving a retreat to seniors and leaders, if you want to trouble, then you have bread. If you are looking for trouble. Because it's somebody, the town, as it were, has been fighting to maintain themselves. And if we follow the place, you will see that you cannot go from there to Tako. Go and ask his story about it. They fought with those people. And I'm only trying to say that from the place he comes, naturally, vegetation may not smile to them. And therefore, they are used to making sacrifice. They are used to hard life. But people don't want to think of this. If you, another example, that if you come to a place like Chuma here, where many things have been built by government, people like to relax. And that is why in many places in Nsukka, you talk of where they are drinking. Because they relax, universities there, and that minus university, how many industries have we? This is the topographical psychology of the country. And if you go where you have agriculture, those who are farmers, after eating, they may not have the money, they relax, they drink, they stay there. So why am I saying this? To compare it today. If you go to where people started in business, it is all business and gain and so forth. And this can be seen. And all these things influence a person who comes from there. And he fought some of these things in his own way. He does not believe that you begin to discuss with the devil. You know what I mean? It's to see whether the devil will be convinced. I'm talking to the conscience of the devil. He believes in, if it is confrontation. Because I believe that the devil is not a gentleman. And you cannot be gentle with the devil. And unless this thing happened a lot, I'm only mentioning, it may not be the only method anybody may like to have. But to remember that our people take people for granted. And when they see that you are not the type who will like to confront some of these things, many will decide to disorganize you. So I'm only trying to say that it's a firm, strong character. Certain hard situations do not permit Kana, because our people are hardened in what they are doing, and especially some who have very bad way. But I know there are many people who have good way. So about his character, you cannot, nobody can describe the character of that man, because you can never be sure sometimes what he's going to do. But I know a case of a parish where people used already surrounding the parish, and they wanted to deal with the Reverend Father. Bishop Okobo heard about it. He was on Christmas Day. Somebody told him, heard about this thing, left his food, took Miva, began driving. He arrived at the parish. Immediately they saw they said, oh, Okobo, they ran. And they were surrounding the father's house. Somewhere, I won't mention it at the parish. So this is his own type, by his own character, where he comes from, and so forth. The church did not make a mistake to bring him during the time they brought him to begin this diocese. And we know he left a very, very strong, solid foundation.